Weather Rate certified 11 years in a row.
Good afternoon, Utah. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the work week with a little bit more cloud coverage working its way in today. We had some beautiful sunrises, including along the Wasatch Front, where above the Wasatch Mountains, the sky looked incredible. This was captured by Jared Foley, but as you look just below the peaks of the Wasatch this morning, look at that inversion haze. It is not pleasant, and I can promise you, if you haven't been outside yet, you probably want to stay inside just because it's not pleasant really for any of our northern Utah valleys. Once you get into the high terrain, so the Wasatch back up into our mountains, got relatively clear conditions. This is the view from Cherry Peak, and this probably does the best job of telling the story that we're seeing with our inversions in northern Utah. So Cherry Peak, nice and clear up on the mountain, but as you look down into Cache Valley, it more or less plays a disappearing act, and that's because the inversion is so strong down in Cache Valley. And the air quality is unhealthy right now in Cache Valley. Not only is it unhealthy in Cache Valley, but it is in Salt Lake County as well, and could very well fall into that category in Duchesne, while the rest of our northern Utah counties will likely fall into the unhealthy for sensitive group. So it really doesn't matter where you are. If you're in our northern Utah valleys, you probably want to limit your time outside, especially if you have those sensitivities to the poor air quality. And what we get today going to be similar tomorrow, as high pressure will mainly be controlling our weather tomorrow before we could finally see some relief going into Sunday and Monday. But if you want to escape the haze, as mentioned, you get up into the mountains, you get to the Wasatch back down into southern Utah as well. But the view from Deer Valley currently, we haven't seen the influx of clouds really get to northern Utah just yet. But look how pretty that is. I mean, if we didn't have the haze, we could have a view like that along the Wasatch Front. But Deer Valley always looking incredible. The clouds are working their way down into southern Utah right now, though, and we have mostly cloudy skies above Cedar City. That's the view with our Southern Utah University camera network. So on the satellite and radar, high pressure moving away to the east, a weak disturbance moving in from our west. Clouds are increasing across the I-15 corridor at this point. There will be at least a slim chance that we could see some isolated light showers in spots, generally favoring the high country. But if we do see any wet weather, won't be anything significant. Temperature-wise, we are a little bit warmer today compared to what we saw this time yesterday. We're 33 in Salt Lake, 31 in Provo, 34 in Cedar City, 45 in St. George, but where those inversions are the strongest in the Uinta Basin and in Cache Valley. We're sitting at a temperature of 10 degrees in Logan and 3 degrees in Vernal. So not only does the inversion lead to poor air quality, it also leads to chilly temperatures, especially where they're quite strong. But along the Wasatch Front, daytime highs in the mid to upper 30s, and most of us will see partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies for today. We'll see a daytime high of 38 in Ogden, 18 degrees in Duchesne due to that inversion. So where we have those inversions where they're strongest, we'll likely see temperatures well below freezing, but we'll see a high of 43 in Gunnison, 34 in Emory, 45 in Richfield, and down in southern Utah, even with the cloud coverage, going to be a pretty nice day around St. George at the daytime high, climbing back into the 50s, 44 in Blanding, 40 in Escalante, and we'll see a daytime high of 33 in Bryce Canyon. So let's go ahead and begin the futurecast and stop at this evening. That high pressure again moving to the east, not seeing much in the way of any wet weather, but a decent amount of cloud coverage. As we go through tonight, that cloud coverage will gradually begin to kind of wind down as the system pulls away to the east. Temperatures will be turning on the cold side once again during the overnight. Won't be quite as cold compared to what we saw last night. High pressure back in control for our Saturday. So that warming trend gradually continues in most locations. It will level out in a few spots like in the Wasatch back. But then going into our Sunday, that's when that next storm system arrives with temperatures continuing to warm ahead of it. This is likely going to start off as valley rain and mountain snow, but those temperatures will cool off rather quickly behind this particular system, and we're going to have the chance of seeing some accumulating snow in our northern Utah valleys, including the Wasatch Front. Could lead to a very slippery Monday morning commute. So through Sunday night, could see maybe an inch or few along the Wasatch Front and another healthy dose of snow for our mountains, especially for our central and northern mountains, looking likely at this point. As we get closer, though, and we get more high-res forecast models being able to see that storm, we'll be able to fine-tune those snow totals when it comes to Sunday and Monday system. In St. George, mid to upper 50s the next couple of days, 60 degrees on Sunday, a slight chance between late Sunday and early on Monday, but then those daytime highs will level out in the mid-50s with mostly dry conditions Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. And along the Wasatch Front, more inversion haze and poor air quality through tomorrow, daytime highs near 40 degrees. Then we're going to have the chance of rain and snow on Sunday, temperatures in the low and mid-40s. Then when that system moves through, temperatures cool down rather quickly, a chance of exclusively snow showers on Monday, mostly dry Tuesday and Wednesday, highs in the mid to upper 30s, and possibly bringing back a chance for some snow by Thursday of next week.